Okay, so we're gonna start with a question that says 3x plus 2 minus 3x all over 3x plus 1 minus 3x minus 2. Okay, so what we're going to do, let's just look at something like this. We're going to factorize. Okay, we have, let's say we have x squared minus x. Okay, we have two terms, term 1, term 2. In this term we have x that is common, so what we do, we remove x outside. Okay, then we write what is left. Remember, here there's a 1, there's a 1 times this, 1 times x. Anything that you multiply by 1 is that number. So x times 1 is x. We just wrote x here. X times 1 is x, and this side 1 times to the x, 1 times x to the power 2 is x to the power 2. So if we remove x here, we're going to be left with 1x. If we remove x here, we're going to be left with the 1. Okay, so we're going to do the same thing using the exponential laws. Okay, the law that says a to the power n times a to the power m. The bases are the same, then we add the exponent. We're going to have a to the power n plus m. Okay, if you look at this part and this part, we have this. So what we're going to do, we're going to turn them and write them like this. Okay, so we're going to write 3 to the power x times 3 to the power 2 minus 3 to the power x all over 3 to the power x times 3 to the power 1 minus, change this one to 3 to the power x times 3 to the power minus 2. Okay, so right now we have common factor 3 to the power x. Okay, even down here. So let's start with the numerator. Same. Okay, we remove it out. What are we left with here? We are left with 3 to the power 2, which is 9. Here we are left with 1. Remember, anything to the power, anything times 1 is that number. So if we remove the 3 to the power x, we are left with 1 here. Okay, let's go to numerator. We remove it out, common, and we are left with 3 to the power 1, which is 3. And then this one, we can write it as 1 over 3 to the power 2, which is 1 over 9, right? It's going to be 1 over 9. This is going to cancel, and then 9 minus 1 is going to give us 8. And then if we calculate this, put in a calculator, we're going to get 26 over 9. Okay, then we simplify everything. 8 over 26 over 9, we're going to have 36 over 13. Okay, let's do our second question. So this one, they want us to simplify. We have 6x 9 x plus 1 times 2 all over 27 x plus 1 times 2x 2x minus 1. Okay, so we are, if we change this, the 9 can, we can change it, right? 3 to the power 2, 27, 3 to the power 3. And then if you look at this, means that we're going to work, our base is going to be 2. Here we're going to have 3, here we're going to have 3, here we're going to have, so it means that we're going to work with 3 and 2. This one, we cannot have anything squared, but if we say 2 times 3, it's going to give us 6. So let's change it to 2 times 3 to the power x. Okay, this one is 3 to the power 2 x plus 1 times 2 all over 3 to the power 3 x plus 1 x minus 1, 2 to the power x minus 1. So here we're going to use the law that says a times b to the power n. The n is going to go for the a and the b. So we're going to have a to the power n and b to the power n. Okay, so this is what we're going to do here. So we're going to have 2 to the power x, 3 to the power x, 3 to the power x, and then here the 2 is going to go for the x and the 1. Okay, so we're going to have 3 to the power 2x. 2 times x is 2x. 2 times 1 is plus 2. And then we write out 2 here. Sorry. Let's proceed. Let's go down to the bottom. The 3 is going to go to this and to the 1. The 3 is going to go to the x and the 1. Okay. So we're going to say 3 times x is 3x. 3 times 1 is 3 times 2 x minus 1. So let's start with the top. The top, we have the same base of 2 and the same base of 3. So let's add the 2. Okay. The same base, we're adding the exponent x plus 1. We have exponent 1 here. And another 3x plus 2x plus 2. And then we have 3 to the power 3x plus 3 times 2x minus 1. Okay. So here we're just going to have 2 to the power x plus 1. Then we need to work out this one. This one, these are like terms. We add them. 1x plus 2x is going to be 3x plus 2 all over 3x plus 3 times 2x minus 1. So right now we have the same base 2 and the same base 3. We're going to use the law of division. A over a. We squared. We are going to minus the exponent. We're doing the same thing. So let's start with the 2. 2x plus 1. We are minusing the exponent. We have x minus 1. So we write it in the bracket because the minus is for the x and the minus 1. Okay. So we do the same thing this side. 3x plus 2 minus brackets. See? Just like that. Okay. So we want to have x plus 1 minus 1 times x is minus x. Minus 1 times minus 1 times minus 1 is plus 1. Okay. And then we go to the 3. 3x plus 2 minus 1 times 3x is minus 3x. Minus 1 times 3 is minus 3. Okay. So let's work out the exponent. X minus x is 0. 1 plus 1 is 2. Okay, let's work the exponent on the 3. 3x minus 3 is 0. 2 minus 3x is minus 1. Okay, so this is going to be 4. This is going to be times 1 over 4. So the 1 over 3. Therefore, our final answer is going to be 4 over 3. Okay, let's look into another question. Okay, on this question we have 2 to the power x plus 2 minus 2 to the power x plus 3. Okay, down here all over 2 to the power x plus 1 minus 2 to the power x. It's a plus 2, sorry. Let me check my question very well. Yes, it's a plus 2, it's not a minus 2. Okay, so we're going to do the same thing because there's a minus here. We're going to do the same. We're going to factorize, but in order to factorize, we are changing this. Okay, remember from this law. There's a term here and plus m. So we have this, which is this. We are breaking it to this, to this one. Let's break it. 2x times 2 to the power of 2 minus 2x times 2 to the power 3 all over 2x times 2 to the power 1 minus 2x times 2 to the power 2. So what is common? This is common. So we factorize it, take it out. Then we'll be left with, this side will be left with, if we remove this, we are left with 2 to the power 2, which is what? Which is 4. Minus, we remove this, we're left with 2 to the power 3, which is 8. All over, we remove this 2, then if we remove this out, we're left with 2 minus, if we remove this out, we're left with minus 4. Ne? So this is going to cancel this. Then what is 4 minus 8? 4 minus 8 is minus 4, and then 2 minus 4 is going to give us minus 2. The minus are cancelling each other, and then 4 over 2 is going to give us 2.